here and having our attention. Yes, because we talked about tools today, and we have this super convenient tool for you for free, and it's going to help you to clean up your network. It is called the 3 I's, the Instant Image Identifier. 3 I's because of the 3 I's, but also because of the triple verification. So the tool is here to remove child sexual abuse imagery swiftly, to recognize known child sexual abuse imagery. We have a database with millions of hashes from the Dutch police, from Interpol. IWF is coming up. We have NCMEC database. We have the Canadian Royal Mountain Police and big projects. So we have lots of hashes for you. And the good thing about it is you don't have to use them yourself because the tool is doing that for you. And maybe Annemarie, you're from WebIQ, you can tell a bit about how that tool works.
Hi, everybody. So so Arda is from the Dutch Expertise Center for Online Child Abuse. One of the things they do is they run a hotline where the public can send URLs of illegal imagery that should be taken down by the hosting providers or by the hosters. WebIQ has been working with the INCYBER for a few years now. We built technology mostly based on web crawling and making web data available, but we also have some hours and money reserved for CSE related, for child abuse related projects. So there's no commercial interest, there's hardly any ROI, so I can link to the previous panel discussion. But we do this because we want to do something good with the technology as well. So WebIQ builds, maintains, and hosts the hashtag server. The INCYBER provides access because they have the mandate to give people access to those hash databases. And I think David also said it in the previous panel. Sometimes access to the tools is not enough. You also need access to the data, and hashes are part of that problem. Not everybody can have access to the hashes. So this is, it's actually quite a simple solution. But it also solves a lot of legal issues in that regard. So the way it works technically is that if you connect to the 3i system, you send either MD5 or photo-DNA hashes to their server. You get a yes or no answer. So you don't get the hash lists. You only get the results of the check. And if it is a match, then you know that you have known illegal content, that one of your users is probably uploading something that you do not want in your platform. And then if you get a yes answer, you can take your message, so you can block the image, or maybe you want to suspend the user or do other things. It doesn't involve automatic reporting. It does not involve any action. We are not involved in any action that you take on your side. You only know that based on the international legislation, that somebody is trying to basically abuse your service.
Oh, thank you. So yes, the tool is free. It's free for you to use, and it's also license free. We have developed the tool to clean up the internet, not, like Annemarie said, to make money out of it. It's a GDPR-proof tool, so we have challenged the tool in a research done on behalf of the European Commission, and the tool is GDPR-proof because you don't get the hashes, so you only ask, do you know this hash, yes or no? And you don't need to report to law enforcement. There's no reporting difficult situations or whatever. You just take down that hash, that image, or you don't upload it. And you can offer it to any client of you. We know there's been questions, is it swift enough? So it doesn't delay the upload of the image, or, because you don't want your customers to be irritated, but for the slow upload. And it's been mainly used on image hosting companies, image hosters. If you know them, you know they have a lot of images. And so there's no problem in swiftness. So you can offer it to your client. You can also use it yourself to see if you can detect any kind of material. So it's basically very simple and effective. I've mentioned there's a lot of databases in there. You can make your own choice of database because all these databases, if you were here in the previous panel, you heard Denton speak about the global standard. We're trying to, with the hotlines in the world, trying to have one global database with all the same categorization. That's not there yet. So anybody in the line of field knows that there's a different kind of categorization, but you can choose whatever database you want. So if you want to make absolutely sure it's definitely legal all over the world, you can choose that database. If you really think that it would be better just not to have anything that is connected to any victim of child sex abuse material, you can choose other databases. So it's your choice. And when you have this tool, you make sure that you stop re-victimization, which I think is the most important effect of it. Also make sure the material is not spread so people can't view it, so can't be tempted to view more. And you can clean up your network. It's effective because we've had 8 million hits since 2019. 8 million hits, and we only have about 30 companies connected yet. So please come and join us and clean up the internet. If there's any questions, we're here to take it now.
So thank you for sharing. Why would you not report that instance to the law enforcement? If you think the image is not okay, it should not be there, matches with the hash, matches with the repository, why not report it?
Okay, so there are basically two things why you could want to report this. You want to know the victim, who the victim is, but the victim was probably already identified because it's databases which come from victims, come and are always also shared with law enforcement. So the Dutch database is of known victims. It's of solved cases. So there's no need to find that victim or the perpetrator. It's already done. So you might want to report it because you want to report your user who is uploading it. We do know that the majority of the law enforcement don't have time or means to detect all these people. 8 million hits, I told you. So 8 million hits, that's 8 million people in prison. That's not going to happen. So the most important thing is to clean up the web. However, we have companies who do worry about the activity they see from some single user. And we've come to agreement with them. If there's anything they're worried about, we discuss it with them and we reach out to law enforcement if we think that's needed. And so it can be done, but there's no obligatory reporting needed, as unfortunately there is in other countries or in the United States, it is. But in Europe, we don't have such a thing. Might come though, so at this point it's not there.
Sure, thank you. And that was my point. It may not be 8 million unique people. It may be same people uploading multiple times that you can show.
Yes, if you can identify that uploader, but of course, that is a whole other question. Many times, if there's really a bad guy behind that, it's probably not somebody who you can identify very easily. Yeah. Any other questions? There.
I think you mentioned that photo DNA was a part of the hash check. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have MD5, SHA-2, SHA-1, pushing for SHA-2, and photo DNA. However, photo DNA requires you to have photo DNA as well. And that might, for some companies, be a problem. I told you the majority of the companies we have are image hosters. These are normally not your typical enterprises. Most of the time, individuals somewhere around the world, they're not allowed to get photo DNA. So it's not usable for all the databases. However, if you have photo DNA, then you can use it.
So just a small addition, it also depends on the hash list that we get. Some may be photo DNA, some may have MD5 and photo DNA. So it differs per hash list what kind of hashtag you do.
So if a company runs photo DNA and hashes on their end, can they just send the hashes back and forth to the hashtag service?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If we have not mentioned that properly, you will only send hashes. You don't send images to the hashtag server.
No,
yes.
No. Indeed. Only the hashes. Yes. Any other questions? So it's run in the Netherlands now, but any country can use it. If you're interested, just reach out to us. We'll be here to help you. All you need is an API. If you don't know how to build one, we help you to build one too. But most of the companies do know how to do it. And that's all you need. Again, it's a tool, free to use, no license fee, nothing, there to clean up the internet. Thank you.
Thank you very much.